Today, we are going to derive the quadratic formula. So basically, we're just going to figure out how they came up with it. But first, we're going to start with the quadratic equation, and we're going to solve it, and then we'll transfer over to actually deriving the quadratic formula. So the first thing we have is 3x squared plus 11x plus 8 is 0. Now remember, that's in the form ax squared plus bx plus c is 0. First thing we always do, 3x squared plus 11x, move that 8. So you guys subtract 8 from both sides. So that's going to equal negative 8. Now we need to get the number in front of our x squared gone. So divide everything by 3. This is going to be left with just x squared plus 11/3 x equals negative 8/3. Now we want to complete this square. Now to do that, we've got to do just a little bit of side work. So we're going to take this number, the 11/3. Remember, we divide by 2 and then we square it. So times a half, all squared. So that's going to be 11 over 6, all squared, or 121 over 36. So we need to add that number to both sides. So both sides, we're going to get the 121 over 36. So we're going to have x squared plus 11/3 x plus 121 over 36 equals negative 8/3 plus 121/36. We need to factor this side. So this is going to be x plus, and essentially it's the square root of this number. So we actually just squared it, so we already know that's 11/6. And that's all quantity squared, equals, now we want to combine this side, but we're going to need a common denominator. 36 is going to be our common denominator. 3 goes into it. But to get 3 to 36, we have to multiply by 12. Whatever you do to the bottom of a fraction, you have to do to the top. So we're multiplying the top by 12. Because 12 over 12 is the same thing as multiplying by 1. So this will give us negative 96 over 36 plus 121 over 36. So we have x plus 11/6 all squared equals 25 over 36. Now we want to get rid of this square, because remember we're trying to solve for x. We've got to get it by itself. So we're going to take the square root of both sides. This goes away. We're going to be left with x plus 11/6 equals, now don't forget this is plus or minus the square root of 25 over 36. So let's take that up here. Now one of the things I want you to remember is that I'm going to split this out to make it a little bit easier. This is the same thing as the square root of 25 over the square root of 36. So the square root of 25 over 36 is the same as the square root of 25 over the square root of 36. So we're going to have x plus 11/6 equals plus or minus square root of 25 is 5, square root of 36 is 6. Now we've just about got x by itself. All we need to do is get rid of this 11/6. To do that, we subtract 11/6 from both sides. So it cancels here. We're left with x equals plus or minus 5/6 minus 11/6. This is 2 answers, but we need to go ahead and simplify it down. So x equals, we're going to take the positive first, so 5/6 minus 11/6, or negative 6/6, which we all know is negative 1. The second one, and we just took the positive, now we're going to take the negative 5/6. So negative 5 sixths minus 11 sixths, which is negative 16 sixths, which is negative 8 over 3. So our solutions here, x equals negative 1 and negative 8 thirds. All right, now we're going to go through this process again.